Let me tell you about ethics, because it's an important point. With a beta blocker, in order to go all the way through, you have to agree to go where the beta blocker wants you to go. And so, it's a doorway, but you have to open the door. You have to go through the door. It doesn't propel you through the door the way that acid would. But it is true that it looks to be like it's an amazing instant pill. But it also is, it's a way for someone who is, the average individual who's about to get into the work has a huge barrier between themselves and this one. A huge barrier. And all this does is it takes the barrier down for a while, for a short while, and gives them the opportunity to simply walk. Now, when the wall came down in Berlin, that was the effect. The wall has been there all those years. And many people still today have not gone from east to west Berlin. They haven't gone past where the wall was, even though the wall is gone. Yes. So that can be, in a sense, a trap. Because although it takes the wall down, it doesn't take down your training to not go past that wall. Years and years and years of training to never go past there.
And I think that's where
so you still need something to get yourself to go where the beta blocker allows you to go. So if you don't want to go there, you don't have to. There are individuals who will never go. They can put a beta blocker on and say, I'm not going there.
Yeah. And it protects us as karmically. If you put a beta block in the middle of a room, like a beacon or bludgeoned or a deep delta, well, you don't have to feel like, I'm going to push somebody into, over the wall in the Berlin sense.
Yeah, you
don't have to worry about that.
I had a major disagreement with Ken Kesey, longtime friend, who was spiking Kool-Aid with LSD. And I said, that is not okay. You're not even telling them that you're spiking it, let alone that you're doing it and giving it. You're not even telling them that. They have no idea what's happening. They think they're going crazy. They don't know what's happening or why it's happening. That's not okay. You've got to warn them. And for years he didn't want to. He wanted to surprise people with this. That's a terrible surprise. They need a warning. And something that we were concerned about when we first started using these is that there were people who were going to be affected without knowing they were going to be affected. Well, it turns out that the waves are so gentle that they can be refused, which is a good thing, because karmically speaking, you don't want to be responsible for somebody going over the edge without being prepared to go over the edge.
Yeah, he babysit one bad acid trip, and that's enough to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we knew the people who did. Reb Zalman Schachter, Shalomi, was one of those who babysat people who were having bad trips at Millbrook. And that can be very bad. I was next door. I had a classroom next door to Richard Alpert. His biggest concern was turning people on who didn't want to be turned on. He did not want that karma.
Ramdas.
Oh yeah, he's known as Ramdas now. Richard Alpert I knew him as Richard Alpert.